Hey folks, John with Complete Technology Solutions, your friend in less than lethal self-defense. So today guys, we got a pretty cool one. I got a box in from one of the viewers out there, and I know one of the things that's in here because it's something for me to do some upgrades on, but there's other stuff. And then we got a sad TR50. Let's see if we can make him feel better. Here we go. Folks, you've heard me say this 1,000 times. Everybody says, I got the best viewers. I got the best viewers. I have the best viewers. You guys are the best. The comments that I get down in the comment sections and the emails that I receive every single day and the Facebook groups I'm in, you guys are awesome. And you have no idea what that actually means to me. It means the world to me because you know how important this channel is to me. So let's open up this box. This came in from a customer. Get this. They're in Hawaii, and it's heavy, guys. This thing has got some weight to it. So let's crack this thing open, and let's see what's in this box, and then we'll get to our task at hand. All right. Cracking her open here. I have no idea, aside from the upgrade stuff that I think. All right, here we go. Ooh, we got a bunch of stuff in here, guys. Okay. I'm going to try to raise up Stumpy a little bit, guys, so we can get a better angle. And then I'm going to have to change Stumpy's view again once we get into the actual job. So, okay, first thing we got, this I knew about. And as you can see, we've got, oh my gosh, like packs of magazines to be upgraded. This is very, very interesting. Now, these, I know what some of them are. They are BB and pellet guns for some of the Umarex. I don't know if these can be upgraded yet. That's something I'm going to take a look at for him. But, in fact, it all looks like they all are just different versions of, VP9 177. So that's actually going to be the air guns for BBs and stuff. But we're going to take a look at it and see what we can do for him. Now, the next thing we got in here, what is this? Okay, check this out, guys. This looks like a shirt. Ooh, we got a couple shirts in here. All right, and it is the Honolulu Marathon Clinic. Check that out, guys. Man, I love when people send me out shirts like this. It is so cool. And this is another Honolulu Marathon Clinic. And that one looks like it's in giant size. You know, something I could actually fit into, I'll tell you. You know what? Let's fit into it. Here we go. What do you think? Sexy, right? Check it out. My Honolulu Marathon Clinic. I don't know what the Marathon Clinic is, guys, but he was nice enough to send me the shirt. I'm going to wear it for him. That was really cool. Oh, one more thing in the box. What is this? Island Princess. What the heck? They look like macadamia nuts. They are toffee-coated macadamia nuts covered in milk chocolate. Dude, have you seen my profile? That's what I needed, was a little more milk chocolate. This is great. You know what? I am not. Oh, wait a minute. There's a note. Oh, let's see here. It says, Aloha, John. Enclosed are 10 airgun magazines for your power upgrade. We're going to try. Enjoy the macadamia nuts and T-shirts. Mahala. Oh, man. You guys are the best. Thank you so much, man. I'm not opening this right now. I'm taking these home to my wife, and I'm going to see if I can keep her away from them. Right. All right, so let's get on it. Once again, guys, thank you so much. Anybody that sends something in to me, and we do have something pending for those holsters. That is coming, but I want to give him an entire video because they're worth it, guys. I really want to. So that's coming up, I promise you. All right, now, you can tell by the title of the video, we got a sad TR50. And guys, when he sent me a video of what this was doing, the reason I wanted to get this in here is because it is very reminiscent of a problem that I had experienced in the very early upgrade days. So we're going to crack this one open. I'm going to put in a C02 cartridge, and we're just going to see what it does. And oh, you got a note right there. Releases air as soon as the CO2 is pierced. Releases all or air once the trigger is pulled. Now, generally, guys, that's going to be one of two things. Either the CO2 restrictor is not restricting it, or the spring that holds the trigger in place has fallen back behind the little lever that locks it in position. So every time you pull the trigger, it's actually staying open. And that's what we're going to check. Let's eliminate the first cause. I tell you, that's awfully tight. And you know who I'm talking to out there. So let me open this thing up. And we're going to see what's actually inside here. Guys, sorry about the audio. It keeps crawling up on me there. Okay. So getting up in here. Okay, so the CO2 restrictor is currently in place. So that eliminates that as the cause. However, let's go ahead and let's see what it's doing as soon as we are pressurized. Hang on one second here. Okay, and pressurizing. You hear that? As soon as it pressurized, it fired a shot. That indicates to me that the trigger is in an open and unlocked position. Now we're going to pull the trigger once. You guys remember that sound? Remember that sound? That's the sound these typically make when there is nothing stopping that air from coming back and locking that valve closed. Pretty neat, right? All right, so here's what we're going to do. I'm going to clear the bench here. We're going to pull this one apart, and we're going to take a look at exactly what's going on. I am not going to make you guys watch the teardown of this or the opening because you've seen it 100 times on my channel. And I am going to dedicate, all right, you see these two TR50s? One of those is my personal TR50. I'm going to be doing barrel mods on it. I'm going to be doing other internal mods on this and upgrades for the channel. And it's going to be on the next TR50 update rather, because I want to completely tear this thing down like I did on the HDR68. And I'll throw a link up there for you. So it shows it to you down at the nuts and bolts level in case you have to do it. So let me tear this apart and we'll be right back. As you can see, I've got it taken out of the case and we've got the body here. I've actually got the screws unscrewed, but I haven't opened it yet. And we're going to do this together, guys. Remember, the trick to this is go slow. So get yourself a little angle there. Work your way around the weapon. Do not pry up hard, because remember, that pillar is right here in the center. That's what you're prying up on. Go nice and slow up around the edges. And then when you get to the point where it will release itself. So just keep going nice and slow, guys. Don't go crazy. Make sure that you got all your screws completely out so you're not fighting with yourself there. There we go. And I feel it coming up slowly here. And I want to see it in its exact form, so I'm trying to be super careful here, guys. All right, and there's the problem. Okay, guys, I have not opened this, but remember I told you I thought I knew what the issue was right off the bat, right? What I'm going to do is let me move Stumpy in here. I'm going to bring this up to you. All right. Do you see that spring? This spring is what is supposed to actually, how that's catching on my, let me get a demagnetized version here so I can show you what I'm talking about. We'll use this. All right. That spring, you can see how it's like magnetic, it's sticking. This little hook is supposed to be in here. And what that does is, when this is in there, it's causing this to force up and lock the bolt in place. So with it down like this and out of position, what's happening is every time you hit it, this thing's just popping forward because of the pressure. It snaps back because of the spring pressure, but as soon as you pull the trigger, it releases everything at one time. That one tiny little spring is causing the entire problem. All right, guys, so in order to fix that tiny little spring, and I'm going to try and zoom Stumpy in here as much as I can, guys, because I really want you to see what I am doing as much as I possibly can. And I'll put it back up here also as soon as I get it done. All right. This spring has got to go, and we're going to make sure the trigger's all the way down, has got to go up and over. So this is the spring we're talking about. Your short end, and hopefully Stumpy will focus in on that. The short end goes down behind the trigger, and then the tall end goes up over this little segment where the trigger is and in that little notch right there. Now, did you see how when I did that, it pushed this whole thing up and locked it into place? Guys, let me get you another close-up of that. So once again, this spring, which was sitting back here and loose, all I had to do is move it from here and put it back under here where it belongs, and it will seat in there. Now, guys, honestly, I have been working with the Umarex products and the TR50s now for a couple of years, and I've never seen that spring come loose. So it's quite possible when the mod was done that maybe the spring was a little high when the thing went down, or tilted a tiny bit and wasn't all the way in and might have slid back. That would be the only thing I could think of to explain that. But as you can see, now the spring is hooked on the little side on this side. The long end is going down and in this notch, and it's firmly seated in there, okay? So what we're going to do is I'm going to reassemble now, because there's no need to do anything else. This one's already been modded. So I'm going to go ahead and reassemble here, and we will test it out after doing the repair. Did I guess it or did I guess it? I knew it had to have been that problem. So, all right, let me get this put back together, guys, and I'll be right back with you. Here we go. Okay, folks, so we got her all back reassembled here. And once you get that back in, guys, make sure that that is spring-loaded in there. You got to make sure that that barrel did not have that spring get back behind the attachment there. We're going to do, like I said, I'm going to do a whole teardown video on this weapon because this is by far one of the best sellers. And I think that it would probably behoove everybody to have a good breakdown on it. So we're going to do that. All right, so we're going to go ahead. We're going to put our magazine back in. I always call that a magazine. I guess it's more of a drum. But yeah, a drum back in. We're going to grab a new C02 cartridge. Boy, wouldn't I be embarrassed if we put this thing in right now and it did the thing. Yeah. Okay, so let's go ahead and we're going to put this in here. I tell you, okay, I know for a fact that I'd laugh if it went after all that. Excuse me. But I don't think it's going to. I think we actually got it. As a reminder to everybody, not just the guy that owns this gun, hand tight until it's snug. Take this and throw it away. You don't need to be using it. It'll work just as well. Okay, here we go. Charging it. You ready? Y'all cross your fingers with me? I'll give you a second. Okay, here we go. Hey, no charge. You know, one of the things when he emailed me about this that he asked about, he's like, well, after the mod, am I only supposed to get 4 shots out of it? I'm like, oh, no. That doesn't sound right at all. So let's go ahead. We're going to pull the trigger. Let's see what it does. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, getting weaker, 17, 18. So, I'd say you're going to get at least 14 solid shots, at least 2 drums at 12, right? That's going to be good. But guess what didn't happen? So there you go. You guys learned a very valuable thing right there. When you're upgrading a TR50 or an HDR68, you have to have that valve restrictor in there. It's not a choice. On the HDP50 and the compact, you can get away without it. But on the revolvers, you don't have that choice. You have to have that in there. And now you know that if it still does it, that spring is not compressing back that trigger mechanism that holds the bolt correctly. Pretty simple, right? And guys, you'd be amazed. Anytime you have a problem like that on one of these, it's generally something silly like that. That is the first time I have ever seen that happen ever on a TR50. So, yeah, pretty good. Guys, once again, thank you so much for watching. Thank you for the shirt and these yummy macadamia nuts. I am virtually sending one of these out to everybody out there in the audience. So, enjoy them. Have a great week, guys. Bye-bye.